What about now? Hey, cheers, 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 cheers. What about now? Is it better? Yes, good. But let's do it again. Cheers, no cake. Yeah, I think we're ready to continue then. Wonderful news. The terror contacted the kid on our behalf. And he is on his way. And he is on his way here. Even as we speak. While we wait, I should like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Will be so kind, Quill. As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to the recent events in Garlean. According to intelligence from our domain allies, the war of succession rages on and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, Imperial legions in the province have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is Ild, a legion aligned with Lord Nava. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus, aren't they the ones who took in Yaturo and Ashi disposed well? Xena's movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Tancred and Eorzea will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict, and so thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Grimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the time and respect, they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever the intent, this is not a problem. Is to solve the luminance in particular struggle in their efforts, and Athenau and Justala have been called upon to aid them. Whoa! So long as we are dealing with the temperate, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite? I will show Kid in as soon as he arrives. Whoop whoop! Whee! Kid. Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we have had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you would be slumping a while longer. Or I would have been had you not fulfilled your promise. I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternative version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well. A treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this elegant report. Just so, with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly and just return to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Unsuitable configured architect terminal should make short work of it in identifying the password. Anyway, I could rely on you. Now, anticipation that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambo's. It contains an elegant dictionary. Good thing. I will transfer the information to the terminal and set it to work right away. Is the sound and everything fine? Nope. The microphone to the game audio and stuff. Let's see, it's finished. Let's see. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Oof. Freedom. The password is freedom. Yeah, okay, that's good. Just wanted to be sure. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, your highness? I would, my lady. And just relax well as I watch you, so it won't be... That's fine. No, get better. Note, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overall Password Freedom. Password accepted. Bloop. Opening report. Owen. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and been meant to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the aether of the soul. Oh. Said ether extraordinary exists in equilibrium. No one element being more prominent than other. When a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes their soul, taking on the prosperities of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to the ether of different Sephiroth would cause the subjects either to become aligned with the element of earth. Pow! As a consequence, the subject would attain a heightened affinity with aspected magics, as well as rituals, levels of endurance. Repeated exposure will further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. Changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment. However, further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes unbearably charged or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon. The thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner, do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, and the prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having this concern, the mechanisms of iconic corruption in my college, and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit it at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women, all fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested this decision, and for my impertinence I have been stripped of rank and title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption and recording. Oath. So not even the elegants were able to find a cure, or rather were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this concerns that segmentation of the soul is indeed the problem. And Kilo can remedy that. True, yet were we similar to reanimate a temporary soul, if yet would do not to diminish the individual's fanatical fate. Indeed, it may well intensify it. So we would somehow need to suppress the primal soul or the subject at the same time, or risk them if a remaining is wall. What you say? If we could only make them remember who they were. So there's no point in reviving their souls unless we can also restore their sense of selves. But of course, memory transference, the process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation, that is, limit the effects to only those memories that assist the pure good tempering. Thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false fate which has come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see the theory seems sound, and our experience feeding the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminate in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism. And I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide a basis for cure. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable. But this time I believe we have a reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. So, we would be able to conduct years worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password, but it will take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind the password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? When a password that could be guessed by anyone with lecturer and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, I wanted his report to be seen, and those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective, I believe their motto is freedom through technology, or some sorts. you to round up as many magic text terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Right away. Things are about to get very busy. Luckily we have you to help. Right, Garlean Empire and I configure the terminals. I want the rest to you. I want the rest of you to procure supplies, namely ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cold. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I will round up some adventures and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Lara and Alice with the ceruleum. Here's from Missouri, enough for each of you. Take them to the Sky Steel manufactory in Iscot and the ceruleum processing plant in Tahanlan. The people there will give you what we need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all same to you, I'll head to Tahanlan. Okay, let's see. In the person, what is it you require? You're after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the issue planning. He shall be glad to assist you. What was it? So you come to the right man. Fair warning, so the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you got the coin. Well now, permission note from the Ironware Stone. See many of these. Not that's the problem. It's as good as gold to me.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course. Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed.
Whee!
Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
And off we fly. Whoop whoop.
Who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much?
Oof.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
Oof.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 paths to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Woofity woof woof woof.
Damn it. It's overloading.
Chief! She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There!
Oh.
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Uh-oh. Yay!
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
And now it's time to make a cure. Whee! Forget us not. At long last we have our cure. In theory, at any rate, we cannot be certain until such time as we put until such time as we put it to the proof. But I'm quietly confident. Well, if we are to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. I will be fine, I'm sure of it. As long as you exercise due caution. Yes, as long as you exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado, then let's make for Limsa. He kept Gabu waiting long enough. No cake, by the way, there's an application for someone in the free company, I believe, in case you haven't seen that. Okay, good. I just wanted to let you know. Well, this is the moment of truth. We'll have our host bring Gabu to us at once. Okay. Good.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment? using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul.
Precisely.
Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin.
Uh-oh.
Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn. Tis done.
No small amount indeed. Oh.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy. The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh. But this seems as good as a spot as any to have a rest. Oh.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light-corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alisaie refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Let me tell her. Well, if there's any consolation season, any of your work.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing. Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is.
Medic!
Alisaie, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
Yay! Hit it for fire.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alisaie's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
You can. Nope.
Your hopes
Cheers.
reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alisaie. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alisaie was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gabu, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then, the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
I have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
Ah, det var ett äckligt. Thank you, Noob Kick. Thank you. Like master, like pupil. As you will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first, but this seems as good a charm as any gauntlet does make for a cave. Bow. Western, I think. Check it, you're ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of Master and Pupil. Very well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
Oof.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Uh-oh.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
Piggy.
So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Oof. Alright, up to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. There may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and perhaps a monster too, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. Consider cleaning up the place. You can consider cleaning up the place, payment for my help. Fine, we will do it. Good girl. Now, if there's no objections, I suggest you run along to the master's quarter. I'll send one of my pirogues ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only to tell them who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. Whee! We are on the road again. Fire! Boom, 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 boom. Or something. Greetings, Rivet, and welcome to my guest mistress, Relict. Eorzea is my name, and I'm honored to be your guide. Within you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not been a host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and well, I regret being in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, have it. Don't say it right now, I'll show you in. Hey, dungeon! I'm from a party. And in we go.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Pirogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Oh. Dictate can be had a dictate cauldron with it. So just pause it if you will. You may, if you would. We clear out any passive encounter, yes. And this way, I guess. Not right in the face would be so interesting. Oh. Okay. Guess this is the first boss here then. The debuff gone off.
Just the beginning.
Hey, the first boss. Whoa! Next, we need to get the water flowing again. And the wandering well. Oh. Oh.
There.
So... Okay. Goodbye, Slaney. Yeah. So I need to jump into the water thingies. So I can get up there, I guess. Oh. Okay, good. Whoop. Okay, let's try again then. Whee! And then I jump off, I guess. Oh, or not. Not yet. Oh. Oh, this is Landy. Whoops.
Leave the healing to me.
Just the beginning.
Oh. Fiery portal. Bop. I need to remember that I can like backstep. Always forget that. Always. Always. Silly Slandy. Oh, I didn't see this one. Oh. Can I go over there? No, I can't. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Turn to the sorcerer's edge.
Right then. Let's get this over with.
How long is it for? A few hours still, I think. Until I feel too tired.
Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Yeah, piggy. Am I getting hit by the meat mallet? I am. Oh. Oh. Ah! Andy! I survived! I survived, noob! You're proud of me? Probably not. Oh. Oh, I went out too quick, god damn it. Uh-oh. Is ultimate the hardest difficulty? Nice. Oof. How many different difficulties is there of a raid? Like, now you've been talking about Savage and Ultimate now. Is there anything like below that? I guess there is like one not called anything, just a raid thingy.
There we are, quite tame.
So this system is...
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
Dungeons Trials, Alliance Raid, Normal Raid, Extreme Trials, 7 Switch, Ultimate. Okay. Whee!
That should suffice.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some corpses. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy. A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say.
Piggies!
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos.
Oink oink.
And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the Mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone. We're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
Because we are
in addition to the Porksies,
best.
I trust
They
you've
don't
gained
ask
an
us.
inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars.
I
Or
think.
mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
How are you feeling again, Noob? Are you feeling better now? Ah, that's good, that's good. Least you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Yestola. They are as good. They are as peace and a polar, they're not both. May now enter Matoya's relic with an okay, of course. The Admiral's resolve. Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa Liminesa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer and bulwark call should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Oh, there he is. Well, Lara. Oh, welcome to sight. Tidings for other Admiral is recently receiving guest spot for the science. I know she will make an exception. Follow me. Oh. Oh. My friends, what brings you here this day? Is this true? By The Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in our view science, I would not have thought it'd be possible. And yet it is, Admiral, and we have done it here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet FEA will take more to close the rift between man and beastman. Even to speak to devices. Welcome as it is, the cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. But through summoning and temperate may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. It was I who moved the alliance we knew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we luminescents have been at odds with those who share our Iceland home. Save a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds. Our history has been one of nicked content territorial scribbling. Meanwhile, our sorrow with the Shahangan for control over the seas has only grown furiouser. A matter made worse by the calamity, driven them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no chance but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is word coined by the weak. I proclaimed to all who did listen and gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again. And I thought it high time that I follow suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Wolfbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the west. So they are but one of the 3 pirate powers. They are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I'm given to understand that the leader, Captain Hilfier, has been bewritten for some while with an element of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads a man named Sikard, but recently risen to prominence among the ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I've tasked the yellow jackets and the rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned nothing of any value. Give it to us. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever it is, she can't once we will find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learned then. Good luck. And on we go to the next mission. Speak with Alpha now. By way of the first step, I suggest we split our make increase around town. Someone must know this secret. If you could approach the pirates, Lara, and the rest of us will seek out mercy and adventures. Let's see. Hey, you want to know about the cat? He's the video bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded for musket. They said old Eorzea side. There was a time we raised the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which we have all of us had to look for another ways to make ends meet. With that jumped up Bilred's secret landing, the juices, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens were struggling mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fish bags and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble sea quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters as can sell on account of getting Olo wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit symbol. I miss always, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with the little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad. Get in my water skill. Curious for a secret, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. But I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. quite how you achieve this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the Thalassocracy permits us to attack only in Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon their old ways. So how then are they lining their coffers? Whatever the secret, they are not likely to share it with their rivals, but perhaps we will have more luck. Where is Alphino? Off. Off, no. Off. Big offs. I see everyone has to die now. Who would like to go first? So just as the Imperial prey began to disappear, Zika turned the Executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew had been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seemed to loosen the tongues as to how they're coming by the coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harvard Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of the business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortune, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contact Hore Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribe, and my suspicions were proven correct. Tribe ever listening with the relations between the beast tribes and the Thalassocracy. Neither Titan or Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sahagan lacked the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say the executioner divesting them of the crystal? all indications point to that conclusion. Yes. So we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. Okay, so how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Yay! Yeah, going on an adventure or something. I think. Search for sick cat. During my inquiries at this sponsored merchant informed me that the wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Lomensa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in bid to establish the crystal's provenances. The man is due to be at us on embracing lower Eorzea shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Help! Help! What's up? Nope. What's up? You can easily send some to me. I'll happily eat them. Nom nom nom. Ba 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 ba. Stop eating too many peanuts. Nope. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. But if he truly is in league with the bloody executors, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral and his sons, not least of all. Compared to yours and Lara's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. It's right, and even if you aren't recognized, I'm sorry to look too gentle to be mixing with society's underbelly. Gentle, but very well, I'll leave it to you. Got business with me, cat boy? Meow! I am. You're the crystal wholesaler. That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for? Look at us, you had to make yourself away. Oh, I see you're a weaponsmith, am I right? You need crystals to make stars like that fine specimen you got there. That's right, I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use not but the finest materials. Did you show me your wares? Well, don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. It takes time to establish trust, you understand. I don't understand. So I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright, it's plain that's no ordinary crystal adoring your staff, so I'll make an acceptance. Come with me. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. And off we are to stalk the enemy. They went into that tunnel quietly now. Off. I won't find any finance special enough for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They are from Eorzea, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So how much did you want? Everything. Eorzea. Taking from the kobolds just as we suspected. Uh-oh. It's not. Shut your cups and turn around slowly. Pow! And so you act the captain of the bloody executioners. No need to introduce yourself, we know who you are. Science. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral, got eyes and ears everywhere, see. Comes with being the only true pirate left in Limsa. So we accept you aren't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? Peanuts. You're about to will yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your shift rise to power. Yeah, it's spoken plain, so and such I shall return to we came here to learn why the executioners opposed the Admiral's will. We have our ancestral Limsa Lumensa. And make peace with Kobold, you would lose the source of your newfound foe. That's why, just to remind us that we aren't breaking any rules here. The laws forbid us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Another reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. And just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours, especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about between the fancy red clovers, Eula Storm, you, Garamo, and Better Bleeding Titan himself raised them up to you. Raised them up to you when I heard the news. And now we are following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon the stinking gods again. Practically your successors, we are off. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after them. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on unaccepted beastmen. So let us have that. It's only fair. Continue as through some may find your ears. It is true you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face, unless the acting captain of the only true private crew left in Lumensa has some other cause to hide in a cave. And well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Admiral. Only I will even provide the venue, the Eorzea. I trust you won't turn down the invitation. Why are you eating too many peanuts? Nope. I want to know. I want peanuts too. Give. Alright. Are you getting more peanuts? He is getting more peanuts. Peanuts. Unworthies. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the private powers of Lumensa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Tiny provocation had the desired effect, and Sigurd has agreed to a meeting. Let us go back to Lumensa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Ba-da-ba-da-bow. Wow, wow. Okay, let's see. This way. Lara, your companions are all reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes. Oh, well. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. Thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. So far as to say I accept Sigurd's invitation, I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the science present to bear witness. That is what we will do. We will be there to bear witness.
Look who's come crawling!
Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sigurd, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain
Welcome
Hillfair
back.
has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
Fight!
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Uh-oh. Pow, 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 pow.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
Off.
It's the captain!
Captain Elfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye.
and I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief.
Oof.
Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
Whee! So I had anticipated a duel. I did not foresee that Eorzea would intervene, but full glad am I that he did. It would have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the world has learned a venerable lesson, and we have made peace among ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Great ship, Shadowbringers. For the first time in a long time, I will be sailing out. Whee! Now I need hardly tell you, but any attempts to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless the mines can be and so in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds. I will have you create the leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. Hopefully. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Uh-oh. Some 50 years passed when the Shaharians swarmed at our halls in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with kobolds. Two men shall go to the bounty of the sea. Two kobolds shall go to the bounty of the land. Alright, nope. An ostensible, equitable arrangement, especially lacking in detail. I inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Eorzea, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went till every realm of Bulban bore the strain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is present, fresh in war, and with the kindred blood. Yet on our hands we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust even to secure their temperate. Admiral, speaking of obstacles, we are like to encounter a meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore the stolen crystals to them and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. But they will welcome us into the mess, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. And given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I will wed you. They will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present to whom we could administer the cure. Welcome back, noob. Precisely his defender would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold's side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture found us. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the conqueror's chain through, which would still have to weaken the kobolds? It would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact must be used to take goods and not life. That would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative. We may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to thermal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Eorzea would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tilson would do. And had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Wolfband. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. I believe in you, Eorzea. Whee! And I believe in you too, you and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled then. See to your preparation and make camp overlook. And make for camp overlook. We will join you this anon. Afner was lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for either you need only say the word. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important that I want to say to the High Priestess Empress State. Please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but there's true danger. I need you to promise me that you will stay here while it's safe, alright? My apologies for the intro time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my genuine crystal in person, the group was suddenly remember how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in a glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by the pressure setter of the Second Order, who arranged our pleasure in the novel. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Unguro mines at once. Oh. This SRS will bear us to our quarry. So the make to summon Titan as I anticipate. We will hold the samurai and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of Kubas to entertain till Elise's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Nash do the rest. It is time. Stay the course.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Leminsa.
Limsa Leminsa. Oh.
I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Oh.
Aye, just as we thought.
And fight!
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Cause she's to harm the Patriot with while magics kill her slaughter.
We must protect Alize!
You're in my sights. You're in my sights. You're in my sights.
Oof. Oof. Hello there, you're alright. The symptom is too severe, I can't finish the job. So one person is not alone.
Oh, just what we need. You're not alone.
You're in my sights.
Here you are, Alize.
Sure, give it another try.
More! I need more ether! Just a little more!
Uh-oh. Ah, my head, the pain. You're dead now. Finish. No, you don't. Uh-oh. No, Admiral, it's too dangerous. Made my decision before I came here, no matter the person.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angela.
Did it work?
What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
Oh.
Why would
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted! The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact! Violated, breached, broke! Unready as we were! What choice had we but to call upon the Divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Laminsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
Oof. And he shoots into the air.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
Yay!
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Whoops. It would seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next we will help in the second order to free the temperate brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the west. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has now been true. So instead I will say thank you for helping us to plot a new course, not only for Limsa, but for all Eorzea. Hey.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
Uh-oh.
What in the world is that? A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Bow, bow, bow. Bum, 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 bim, bum.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Rogue preserved!
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here, good.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Oof.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandango, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
What do you want? What do you want?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world.
As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage.
Oof.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Oof.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Thank goodness everyone's safe. We managed to put out the fire, so not quickly enough to save the garden. Can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate. No worries, nope. Need to find out what it's for. We will go with you. No, you won't. You will west from what Melvin tells me you are due some time of duty. If we learn anything about it, so we will sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Well, but if you need our help, don't hesitate and take care of both of you. And then we need to go to the Rising Stone and talk to Krill. And let's talk to Krill. You're back. Good. Then we have received reports from the Alliance. Since we all have, perhaps those who bore witness to the evidence in Alamingo could treat the rest. And Alamingo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. Yay! Oh. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for endless variety of our foes, this Daniel sounds even more unhinged than his pattern. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool for all his pantomimen theoretics. He gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And a creature that resembled the descriptions I've seen after a primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel was just they are not one and the same entity. I think it's more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Asian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Yustola? I have been to see the Sultana, knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of the temperate. I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficient recovered, I traveled to Yuld and delivered the epoxies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my message chanced to coincide with the arrivals and Chopin silence. The immortal flame had been on the quest of agreeing to a truce with the Amaya when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amaya claimed that a number of their kind has been abducted and that men are responsible. Nothing is known of the perpetrators, as yet. But as the Immortal Flame went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Daniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusive historian phenomenon. According to Alliance, they have been sighted as far as Eorzea. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do a little for now, save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly, at least, I believe it would behove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Istinian, now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lands, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we will struggle even to find him. You let me and Creel worry about that. We will sniff him out, no matter where's he hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So if there's no objection, we shall depart at once. Rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the states and educate them in the use of the proxies. They would doubtless appreciate it. But might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You will be fresher for the tasks ahead. Oof. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. It was ever the way. The world often needs saving. Oh dear, I am not enjoying our adventure. Really could have done with the rest. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those who are holy, just as you have always done. Yay! Quest complete. Off. Meanwhile, somewhere in the logs. Look.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them.
Uh-oh.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
You seem possessed.
Glory be. Glory be to Garlean!
Off. Meanwhile, an imperial palace. Oof. Indeed. Big oofs.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
A scythe! Oof. Okay, I actually think this is it for now for today. It is also midnight here in 10 minutes, so... But, how many quests are left now? 9 quests or so? If we're lucky, we might be able to do that next on Friday. So... Yeah, 9 quests left. Oof, paid. Oof. But yeah, I think I think we'll end here now and head off and rest, like we're being told to in game as well. So, good night everyone.